Okay, so this is going to be an initial test of the EMP missile. I have not tested it before this or done anything really check-wise. Let's just put the battery down, and that looks like that's working. Now let's get a grid of these going. That way I can test the range. Since I haven't checked the range settings or anything on these. It says it's 2-meter radius, but if you've ever looked at the warheads, they're not always what they appear to be. Okay, yep, still got stuff in here, so that's broken. The failed to work. Probably the universal handler. Check that out real quick. Okay, we're back. I've adjusted some of the code. Fixed a few minor issues. It looks like the issue was related to it identifying if these were energy handlers. So it was checking for is container, and unfortunately the iEnergy storage is an internal method in the COFH core, so I stopped using it. So we just had to switch a few methods around, and this should work. Also having a weird bug with the batteries pretending like they don't have power. I can't tell if it's a server or client issue, but probably real easy to fix. Actually, I'm gonna go fix it real quick. I know exactly what's wrong with it. It's right here. Thanks to debug mode, and that should adjust itself. Just gotta update everything. These only update every half a second. And I believe the client was taking priority over it. There we go, that's fixed. Now to test the EMP here. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's use the magic of debug to figure out why it's not working. Okay, so it's found the battery. Now let's go down in here and figure out. Okay, that was weird. Oh no, it's detecting it. Okay, so it's not detection is the problem. Because right there, if it gets to that line, it's figured out that it needs to drain that block, and it queues this up into a list of edits, which goes into a master list inside the blast. Since this is all threaded, we can't edit it directly. So now we just gotta go check out, I believe, this code. And this should have ran, but it didn't. Let's try that again. That's not running. That's Let me reload. There's no changes. That's bizarre. Find usage. Okay, so we got schematic place, blast. Oh, there is a handle block method in the blast. I was looking for this earlier because I'd rather avoid calling certain things. Yeah, it should call this right here. Ah, it's because the vec has changed. Probably it's returning false. We're in debug mode, so unfortunately we're going to have to restart the game, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the world's loading up here, so we'll be able to check if everything's working. I've just realized that my other microphone is enabled at the same time, so there may be some odd background noise in this video. As I've got 3 microphones plugged in, one was disabled, the other one was not. But we'll test this real quick. Okay, so it's calling the place code. Let's just run through it real quick to make sure everything is working. Oh, well, that line is messed up. That line needs to be corrected. Reload the code. Greatest thing about debug mode ever is that you can reload mid-game. And if we play, it's not going to kill that one, but if we fire again, we can follow the stack through. And there we go. That should have just ate all the energy. Get rid of that debug point. And check it out. Well, that didn't work. So the downside about working on this is the EMP, the reason I've been avoiding it for the longest time, highly depends on the universal energy system working, and I recoded that from scratch about 7 months ago, but I never went through and finished it. So, a high possibility that this just doesn't work. Check this real quick. And of course we're calling double max value, so that's not the problem. So most likely it's the thermal expansion handler, which is not functioning correctly. Reminds me to go through here, remove this. Oh yeah, we can tell that there's a couple spots that just need to be removed. Rather than deleting this, let's save this code in case that API changes again. Let's get rid of that just so that's not a problem. Although I don't think that is. Might end up removing that interface completely from my system. I believe I can just cheat this real quick. Oh cool, we can get energy stored on the side. That saves me a lot of... I was about to call drain all, which is the reason I was saying I might have to cheat it, but explains why that method was internalized, is that this code has now changed so that all providers have those method calls on them. So that fixes that. And then we're looking for where it drains energy at. So extract energy. So we're going iEnergy connector can't connect. This may be where we're having issues. Should be a can connect method in here somewhere. Okay, that's working, so that's not the problem. So we're gonna have to just run a debug line through this. So we're gonna have to fire it again. You guys get a little bit of insight of what it takes to make these blasts. It took me about 4 or 5 minutes to code everything, about an hour to make the battery for testing because texture issues was the main problem with that. But what ends up slowing down development is that there's a lot of supporting code that isn't functioning as intended. So we need to go here. Reload that real quick. It probably just broke. I think we passed in simulate by mistake. Extract. Maybe why it's not running. You know what, I'm gonna go back to the blast and check this. So what we called was do extract. However, I believe the RF handler. Oh, the RF handler's got this. Oh yeah, I just need to invert it. Okay, so this uses simulate because they changed this. I don't remember when. I gotta go through do extract and do receive and invert them. Just make sure these. Let's check these real quick while I'm at it. Yep. Okay, so these need inverted. I don't remember who changed that. I want to blame King Lemming, but he's probably pressured by other people to actually implement a change like that, where everything works off the ideal that by false means we're testing, true means we're doing things. His system is reversed, where true means we're testing and false means we're actually doing the action. So that invert system can cause problems. Luckily, it's an easy fix. So reload that real quick, hit play, and there we go. That is no longer has redstone in it. So let's get a little bigger missile and test a larger size here. So we want to test in the middle. This has a range of 4, so of course debug code is active, so let's get rid of that debug marker. And there we go. We have a viable EMP. Now, of course, this is going to take a bit more time to balance at crafting recipes for fixed localizations. I have to add visual effects to it because we need lightning to spark off of things, probably the EMP radius, stuff like that. And of course, for those asking, the reason the missile is staying here is because this effect is not explosive based. There will be versions that are explosive based, but this one acts more like a Tesla coil discharging. So it's releasing high spectrum interference, which is then causing a short circuit or destabilization in power cells, which is how it functions, if people are interested. So it's not a conventional EMP, it's more like an overcharge, I guess. But that doesn't matter. This is the end of the video, and for this, EMP should be done here in a couple days. I know I promised it on Friday, but that's how modding pretty much works, is that there's no such thing as a set date when we actually get stuff done, because life gets in the way. I mean, after all this, we're doing this almost as a non-profit, so we're not making money, and I myself have to do a whole bunch of stuff outside this, like client projects and stuff. But I'll be back with another video showing the final version, including a tutorial on how to craft it and stuff.